What makes a man leave everything behind, his country, his family, his culture, and sail into the unknown? For most, it would be unthinkable. But for Paramhansa Yogananda, it was destiny. A destiny written not by chance, but by the hands of the great masters themselves. You see, Yogananda's life was never just his own. From his very childhood, he was prepared, guided, and shaped for a mission far greater than his personal enlightenment. His every vision, his every longing, was pointing to one thing: carrying the light of Kriya Yoga beyond the shores of India into a world that had almost forgotten its soul. There is a story. Before Yogananda ever thought of leaving India, his master Sri Yukswar told him something mysterious. You have a great work to do in the West. The doors will open for you. To a young disciple, these words might have felt impossible. How could a boy from Calcutta, with no wealth, no foreign connections, ever dream of stepping into the Western world? But when destiny speaks, the universe bends. The prophecy of the masters was clear. One day, Kriya Yoga would spread across the globe, uniting East and West in a higher understanding of God. But to do this, someone had to go. Someone fearless, someone pure, someone prepared to sacrifice everything. That someone was Yogananda. Imagine the moment. The year was 1920. Yogananda received an invitation to speak at a great religious conference in Boston. It was not coincidence. It was the opening that the masters had foretold, and Yogananda knew this was the call. Think of it. India was still under British rule. Spirituality was considered exotic, often misunderstood. And yet here was a young monk, with flowing hair, clad in simple orange robes, preparing to cross the oceans with nothing but faith and the blessings of his guru. He was not traveling for himself. He was carrying the timeless science of the soul. As the ship carried him across the waters, Yogananda would often meditate deeply. Can you picture him standing on the deck, watching the endless horizon, knowing he was leaving behind the sacred land of his ancestors? In his heart, there must have been longing, but also certainty. For this was not just a journey. It was a mission sealed by God. When he arrived in America, people were struck, not just by his presence, but by the energy he radiated. Thousands came to hear him speak. They didn't fully understand the philosophy, but they felt something deeper, the vibration of truth, the magnetism of a soul who had merged with the divine. And here is the mystery. Yogananda had been told long before that America was waiting for him, that the West, drowning in materialism, needed the breath of spirit, that one man could awaken a sleeping world. Now pause for a moment. Isn't that what life also asks of us? Each of us has a calling. Maybe not to cross an ocean, maybe not to spread a world movement, but to step beyond our comfort zone, to leave behind our fears, and to answer the inner voice that says, "You were born for this." Yogananda's journey west was not easy. There were struggles, misunderstandings, even ridicule. But he did not come for applause. He came because it was the will of the divine. And that's why, a century later, his words still burn with power. His book, Autobiography of a Yogi, still awakens seekers. His teachings still transform lives. The secret prophecy was fulfilled. The masters had chosen well, and Yogananda became the bridge between East and West, between ancient wisdom and modern life, between the finite and the infinite. So the question is, what about you? What prophecy lives inside you? What mission were you born for? Will you listen when the call comes? Or will you cling to the familiar, too afraid to set sail? Yogananda's life reminds us that destiny always whispers, but only the brave dare to answer.